Welcome back, players and collectors, to another unofficial episode of, well, I guess it's an official episode of The Void, but unofficial Nostalgix TCG Podcast. We are back, baby, and we are back in the studio. So, if you guys missed out on last week, you missed out on something really, really cool. Make sure you go check out my last live stream from this video. Because we did a live podcast and interview with Zaba, the creator of Nostalgix TCG, live at Gen Con, and that was so cool. That was a lot of fun. I'm very happy that we got to finally have him on. You know, it's always good when you get the creator on, so it's always a fun time. But yeah, that was a really cool live. I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys go check that out if you have not already. Lots of good questions were asked. Lots of good information was shared by Zaba. And we're going to talk a little bit about it today and the whole Gen Con experience and kind of the state of Nostalgix in a way. We're not going to really go too depth into that, but we got some good stuff to talk about. So, as usual, I am joined today on the episode by Desi. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Tired
You're here.
because had to go back to work, but you know.
Yeah, last 2 days were kind of rough after going to Gen Con and having such a blast, and then back to reality. 2 days. I've been building security cases for the last 2 days, so yeah, that's a little exhausting. I didn't really like doing that so much. But we're here, and like I said, we did just come back from Gen Con, which was an absolute blast. Huge thank you to Zaba and his team, which was Josh this week and his brother, too, for having us out and letting us help you guys run the booth and, you know, letting us hang out with you guys. I mean, honestly, that was cool.
The Drake and Josh experience.
Yeah. If you guys want to have the real Drake and Josh experience, you need to come to a Nostalgix event where Desi and Zawa's brother Josh are at. And maybe possible future cards coming soon. Maybe?
I hope.
No, we don't know.
We're cool.
We're hoping, but it would be such a cool dynamic, and it's nostalgic because most of us watched that show growing up. So
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time to realize if they come out or not.
It will take some time because there's some, as cool as that is, and as much as I really want that to happen, there are some bigger priorities in the works right now. So
yeah, someone will catch on to that pun, I'm sure.
Which I'm hoping to do. Well, I'm a blow if you did. But yes, so from the live stream that we did at Gen Con, Zaba actually revealed. Well, I won't even say he revealed. There were a couple spoilers in there, and I'm not going to ruin them for you guys here. You guys can go watch the live stream and figure them out. But he did talk about some updates on certain things, like the actual mobile app and physical development of the Nostalgix TCG online game. So not just on Tabletop Simulator, but having our own actual game to play Nostalgix TCG on. So
that's gonna be fun.
He said there's no project lead on it as of right now, but development is still moving because he's still doing things, you know, every day or every so often with it. He said with a project lead, it could go a lot faster. But priorities are kind of being pushed to other projects right now, which I think are bigger, like the graphic novel. That one is actually close to finalizing, and I kind of feel like once that's done and set 3 is out, then the next really big piece to solve for the Nostalgix puzzle is the development of the app, the TCG app. So I think we're still going to see that in due time. And like he said on that live stream, he's still working on it personally himself. There's still a lot to do in it. So again, if anybody has like some really good experience with programming or things like that, reach out to Zaba. I mean, the worst thing he can tell you is no,
Yeah.
but I'm sure he would appreciate some help from some really trusted people with some real experience. So if you got that, go let him know. But the graphic novel, he did talk a little bit about that as well. I don't know if you remember anything, Jesse, because you were kind of like behind the camera, on the other side of the camera, I should say, when all this was going down. But the graphic novel, pretty much the whole story is already written. It's been finalized. It's ready to go. There's no more rough drafts of it. Like it's been set. And what happened off the live stream that I talked to Zob about is that Valkyrian is making an appearance in the graphic novel. So everybody hold on to your hats. It's going to get good. And this is why you don't have a hero card.
No, I just don't want a Valkyrian card.
You don't have to have a Valkyrian card.
Yeah, well, I don't want them, but I better keep some, otherwise you'll steal them all.
Oh, I'm not gonna steal them, but I am gonna monopolize on them. So if you value your Valkyrians, hold tight because I'm coming. No, seriously, I've been buying like Valkyrian cards left and right, so I'm gonna have. I already have the biggest binder of Valkyrians anybody's got. So come at me, bruh.
You can have that.
But no, the storyline for the graphic novel is already set. It's already kind of finalized. They're working on finalizing arts for it and working with a company to do like put the actual arts on paper and sequence it like a story. So I still think I think what Zaba said was we're still probably about 6 months out from it being ready to go to everybody. But we're getting it. And honestly, I'm okay with them taking their time and making sure things get done right, as opposed to just rushing out a product, throwing it out.
Yeah.
Everything is ready to go. So I'm cool with that. But I was trying to think what else he talked about on that live stream that's not really spoiler-ish, without revealing too much. There were some really good questions, but I just recommend you guys go watch that live stream because it was really cool anyway. Just seeing Zaba in person, getting to interview him and all that, and hearing from the man himself, making it all happen. But let's talk a little bit about Gen Con. What do you think?
There's a lot to say.
Yeah. So Gen Con was this last weekend. It was Thursday through Sunday. Desi and I both had the fortunate pleasure, as I've said already, of kind of going out there and hanging out with the Nostalgix team and being at the booth and helping run the booth, play demos, all that. And for those who are very curious on just like how it went, it was a massive success. Like it was... we blew it out of the water. I'm just going to say it that way. I know that may seem a little facetious coming from us since we were at the booth and we were, helping run it and all that. But honestly, like we sold out of pretty much everything that we had there. Tons of people. We were giving out some Voodolls to like kids as they were passing by, because parents who bring their kids to big conventions like that, they get stressed out by the kids sometimes. And it's nice to be able to have something like a plush and just keep your kids happy so you can enjoy some more of the con. That's kind of what we were aiming to do. And honestly, it went really well. And it drove a lot of attention to our booth. So Zaba's a genius already. We already know that. But I don't know if he like planned it that way to drive attention to our booth or not, but it was a genius move because so many people came up to our booth and was like, "Are you the guys that sell the Voodoo plushie?" Like, yep, that's us. And while we didn't have like a ton of Voodools, I think when did we actually run out? It was like day 2 or something like that, right?
Uh, we ran out of the backpacks on day 2, I think, and then I think we had a handful of voodools at the morning of day 3, but they were gone in like an hour
Yeah, day
or
3.
something.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was day 3, Saturday, which was massively busy. That was that was a busy day. When we started, I think we only had like 4 or 5 Voodoo plushes left. We brought a ton of them, but we also brought a ton of Day Zero booster boxes. We were just handing packs out to people in a promo. So like 1 pack, 1 promo per person, and then we had a bunch of Harmonic Surge boxes, a bunch of blister boxes for the first edition base set blister packs. I don't know how many of each deck we had. I mean, we had to have had at least like 15 of each deck, at least. I'm pretty sure it was more than
We
that.
had more, yeah. They had a big I mean, this doesn't do it justice, but it was a big, probably like what, 2 foot, 3 foot tall box full of starter decks.
Well, that box we put underneath our table, which was just a standard, pull out
Yeah.
folding card table type thing, like one of the long ones. But that box was, when you slid it under the table, it was almost touching the bottom of the
Yeah, it
underside of the
was.
table. That was a massive box.
So yeah,
And
when you're
filled.
sitting down in a chair, it was like the top of the box was like at your knees.
And that wasn't even
So
the
it was a
only
pretty big
box.
box.
There was a ton of like cases of starter decks, which one of those cases had one of each starter deck in it, and they probably had about 8 of those that they brought outside of this massive box, and we sold through all those decks. Like,
Yeah, those the decks didn't last. The backpacks and voodools didn't last.
yeah, they flew off the shelf. It honestly took us all by surprise with how fast some of that stuff went. Like,
Yeah.
we anticipated being busy. We anticipated having, a good amount of people turn up and kind of be interested in the game and all that. Um, and we, like, when we kind of talked at the beginning before the whole convention started, we had so much product available. We were even like, man, we hope we can get close to selling out because there's a lot of product here. And we honestly just didn't want to make 2 trips, in and out to take all the stuff back. So we were kind of like, let's do our best. Let's try to sell as much as possible. Let's try to get as close to empty as possible. And like, we truly did not expect to be as busy as we were. And it blew us all out of the water. Even with the demo games, we kind of anticipated, just given how some of the other conventions, the bigger conventions especially, went this year for Nostalgix, where people were constantly at the booth wanting to play. And we had two setups for games going on, so we could have 4 people playing at any given moment. We expected to have at least, we expected to be pretty busy with gameplay. I don't think we anticipated on having people there nonstop though. Like, there
Yeah, it
truly was
was.
not a moment where we did not have somebody at the booth. There was no chance to breathe. We had to take like shifts rotating to go use the bathroom and get food and stuff like that because we were just constantly busy at the booth. Like, there was always people there. It was nuts. I mean,
Yeah.
how many
I
games do you think you played with people in one day?
Man, I think I probably ran the most demos out of all 4 of us. I was stuck in a chair for like 20, 30 minutes at a time, like every time I sat down.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we all played pretty much the same amount of games. Like, even Zaba was sitting down to play demos with people. It was nonstop though. Like, I can't even express how many times were we sitting there playing a game with somebody, or if there was a lot of people coming up, or if they would come up in a group, we'd be like, hey, you guys can actually learn to play against each other, and we'll just kind of coach you and guide you guys through your first game. So that way you guys get to feel what the game is like together, and you get like your first taste together. You're not just playing some person who already knows the game. You get to play your best friend, your husband, wife, whatever, And that was nuts. There was so many times throughout that weekend where we would have 4 people playing. We'd have like 3 or 4 people ready to play, waiting for those games to get done. And even more people coming up, still trying to buy stuff and learn about the game, wanted to talk about it. So like Sunday, for example, was the slow day. It was supposed to be the slowest. It was supposed to have the least amount of people going through the convention out of all 4 days.
I think Thursday was the slowest because it was still.
Well, it kind of turned out that way for us, but my theory behind it is because so many people came up on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday wanting to play, and there were so many other people in front of them waiting to play that we had a lot of people kind of go, all right, we'll come back, another day, or we'll come back on Sunday and play games with you guys to learn it. You guys are clearly very busy. We don't want to waste our time just sitting here waiting. We want to go experience the con, so we'll come back.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Sunday was so busy for us, because we just had so many people coming back to play the game. It was crazy.
Well, that and our booth neighbor would draw people in, and then because they were also a card game, so then they would just hop from there to here, and it's like, well.
So for those of you who didn't know, us Nostalgix, we were in one of the back corners. So on our left was one of the walls and walkways, like to the rest of the Gen Con. So we had nobody on our left side, but on our right side we had MASSIVE TCG, which they are fantastic people and they have a fantastic game. Highly recommend you guys go check them out too. Max, the creator and owner of Mythic, is a phenomenal person. I cannot stress that enough.
Such cool.
Seriously, go shower them with your love and attention too, because they deserve it. Desi learned the hard way about that game. But yeah, no. So what Desi was saying was actually like very spot on too. We would draw a lot of people in, and they'd be interested in learning our game and all that. And as soon as they were done at our booth, they would look right over at Mythic and they saw another card game and they're like, oh, cool. Well, let's go check that one out too. So we helped drive a lot of people to Mythic, and it was vice versa. Same thing. A lot of people came up from the opposite direction and stopped at Mythic's booth first, saw their card game, realized how cool it was, and were like, yo, dude, this is pretty sweet. Let's learn to play. And when they were done, they got up, they walked over, and they saw another card game. They're like, oh, Nostalgix, what's that? And we would let them play a game and kind of tell them about it. And like, we fed off each other the whole 4 days. Like, it was fantastic. It was something I was telling Max, the creator of Mythic, like, there doesn't have to be this like weird, hateful competition type thing between TCGs. Like, there's some TCGs out there that want to use all these other TCGs as stepping stones, like crush them, step on them, and propel themselves up to get ahead.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be that way, and it shouldn't be that way. We had some massive success, and I think some of that is partially due to Mythic being right next to us and just being such awesome people that they drew people in, and then those people came to us, and then like I said, vice versa, they came to us, and then we pushed them over to Mythic, and like, we just fed off each other. It was such a good dynamic. I really hope that Nostalgix, like, we get to sit next to them again at other conventions, because they were some awesome people. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, any convention I go to from here on out, if they are at, I will 100% be stopping by their booth and hanging out with them for a little bit. They were awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, so there was a
Cool
couple
crew.
factors in like our success this weekend, but man, dude, it was big time successful. Like big time success.
It was packed.
Yeah. I mean, they
Even
estimated over the
on
4 days there would be about 70,000 people that would come through. And I want to say they came close to that number, if not exceeded it. I'm not really sure what the official number is, but the way it was shoulder to shoulder on Friday and Saturday, I mean, there's no way it wasn't, because that is a massive hall. Like that whole building was just enormous, and it was filled
oh
shoulder to
yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah, you couldn't walk anywhere without bumping into someone or
Yeah.
something.
And like I said, when since we were so busy, we would like kind of go out in shifts. So like Desi and I might go out to go get food or go check out the con for 20, 30 minutes and come back. Ended up taking us, I think we spent way more time trying to get out of our booth and walk around the corner and get into, start getting into the flow of the traffic there, and then coming back. Like we maybe spent in a half-hour trip, we maybe spent 5 minutes actually looking at booths, because half the time you couldn't even see the booths when
Yeah.
you were walking up and down the aisles because there's so many people. You had to like push through people just to get up to a booth to be like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's another board game. Versus just trying to,
Yeah.
find your way through. We were trying to crowd surf, and dude, it was. Whew.
The few minutes you spend looking is because the line stopped and you couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
The line
Yeah,
stopped
so many
moving. You're
times
like,
you're just
oh,
like, why are
okay.
we stopped? There's a traffic jam somewhere, and I don't know why or where, but we're stopped. We can't move.
Yeah. Oh,
But
what's this? Let me look at this.
yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, up until Sunday, I think that's how it really was for
Yeah.
most of us. Um, Outside of the one LARP shop we went to, that was like the one we actually got to, but that was shoulder to shoulder too, even going through it. It was crazy because there was this like literally dead center in the convention. There was this big booth for, I forgot the name of the guys. It's like medieval
I have
collectibles
the
or something
pamphlet.
like
Let me
that.
grab the pamphlet. Hold on.
Yeah, it was called like medieval collectibles or something along those lines, and
Dude,
they did.
you were right on, yeah. Medieval collectibles.
Ha! My
Yeah.
memory's not as bad as I think it is, or that I'm just very good at guessing. But they had some really cool like it was all basically for LARP and cosplay. I don't LARP. I've
Or cosplay.
never wanted to LARP or anything like that, and I'm not hating on it by any means. If you guys do it, that's cool. Um, I just kind of wanted it for the the cosplay piece. I'm like, oh, it would be kind of cool, Viking Ren. I'm gonna become a Viking. And this nerd here was like, oh my god, they have metal helmets.
I'll grab it.
And
Hold
I
on.
was just like, what are you talking about? And he was like, I want to be a knight paladin. I'm like, what? And so we started looking, and look what this man did. Look at this. If you guys are on the audio side, I'm sorry, but he is holding up a knight helmet. And when I say it's a knight helmet,
I'm
we're
gonna put it
talking
on.
like $100 solid steel helmet. And he's gonna put it on for us right now. So
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, that's the helmet right there. He purchased it. It was really cool. It was kind of cool seeing all the different like helmets and things they had, and he kept telling me he wasn't gonna get it, but I was just like, nah, you got to do it, dude. Like, we're here. You're never gonna do it again.
I was like, I probably shouldn't.
Well, I'm trying to pull up another picture here too, actually.
My
My whole
reasoning
thing
was
with,
solid though.
well, I was trying to tell you that, like, and he only sees it as me, like I was just trying to get him to do it. But I was like, dude, listen, you drove here, so you get to like if you wanted to buy stuff like this, you don't have to worry about um you don't really have to worry about putting it in a bag or putting it on a suitcase and trying to lug it through an airport or things like that. Like you can literally just throw it in your car and you're fine. So that was my whole point in reasoning was like this is a good time to do it. Like we don't have a shop like this at home. So it's not like you're going to go find it. If you try to buy one like that online, you're going to pay $25 in shipping at least because of the weight. Which, by the way, that helmet's like 20 pounds. It is solid metal.
It's solid metal.
It's not plastic. It's not like any of that like really hard rubber LARP material. It's actual steel.
Yeah. And at least it's padded on the inside, so it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So that's nice.
But I mean, it's an actual helmet. Like you can wear it and do whatever. And he bought it.
I bought it.
But that was like the only place we could get to, and we actually saw. We're like, oh, let's go there. Like we could see from a distance what it is. And I actually ended up picking up some stuff too. I got some Viking tunics and like a belt. So I started my whole Viking cosplay type thing.
One piece at a time.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I've been looking at getting like some pants and boots and stuff for it, and getting a Viking helmet, and then I'm gonna get like the Viking axe and a Viking shield, and I'm just gonna go for it too. And I'm gonna start doing. Eventually, I'm gonna start doing some pack rips and stuff in Viking cosplay, and maybe we'll do some like cosplay episodes where we all dress up in character and record an episode. I think that would be kind of cool. Nerdy, but cool.
And my helmet, so the helmet had the black trim on it, and they had one without it. But I have a sword on my wall that is silver and black, so it matches.
Well, that sword doesn't really go with the whole knight paladin theme either.
No, but it's there.
Yeah, it's from an anime, just
yeah,
so we all know. But yeah, no, getting back to Gen Con, it was busy, but it was hugely successful. I mean, we got so many people to play games with us and all that. The game truly speaks for itself. Like I've been saying this for a long time, and there's a lot of people out there that they're just haters. They really are, because they want to make a buck off the game instead of learning about it. But the game speaks for itself. I think some of the big concern from some people is, is this game going to be around in the long haul and all that? There's no reason it won't be. Like, it seriously speaks for itself. We had card shop owners come up to our booth at Gen Con and be like, your game is seriously super cool, super easy to learn. It's fun. We love it. We want in. How do we get in?
We had.
I mean, I spoke to like 5 card shop owners myself over the weekend. I know Zaba spoke to a few of them. Josh spoke to a few of them. Desi, I'm pretty sure you spoke to a few of them too. So I mean, like,
just like from first day we had that Pokemon tournament judge or ref or something. He played and was like, "Oh yeah, this is cool."
That was Friday. It was the second day, but yeah, like the game is so good that we had Pokemon judges, like official Pokemon judges, come up to play games, and they played Zaba, and both left the booth going, "Wow, this is a really good game." I mean, I'm pretty sure the ones. Well, I don't know if I could say it. I don't want to get him in trouble, but there was one that gave Zaba a booster box of Obsidian Flame, and I think Zaba gave him a box of Harmonic Surge, right? I think.
I thought he bought that box.
Maybe he did buy it, but
I think he said someone was going around selling them, and he bought it off of him.
Oh, maybe, but this guy gave Zaba the Obsidian Flames box, and I'm pretty sure Zaba gave him a Harmonic Surge box.
Yeah.
However it went down. So, but it was just super cool to see an official Pokemon judge. And we're not talking about somebody small at like an LGS who's a judge who plays the game too, going, this is an official judge at a very large
Yeah.
sanctioned tournament at Gen Con that came over and was like, this game is sweet. I want to learn to play it. And then played it and got product because he liked it so much. So,
and we were given, for anyone that played a demo, we let them choose between a Harmonic Surge booster pack or a first edition blister pack, which most people went for the blister packs because signed hollows, duh. But
yeah, we had some boxes set aside to do for like giveaway stuff like that. And most people, I mean, who would have thought it, but most people, when given a second pack like that, after playing a game and most of the time winning, we're like, I want to buy more packs. Like, I want to buy some decks and I want to buy packs. And I mean, we had people buying binders. I mean, it was just so cool.
There's this one couple that had the craziest luck in the world, man.
Oh my God.
They came up and
they watched this video, and if you two are watching, I want you guys to comment below something, because
your luck was insane.
That luck was insane, dude.
They played the demo, so we gave them the free packs, and they're like, "Oh, this is..."
Before we even get to that point,
well,
they walk up to the booth, and we gave them a free pack, a free Day Zero pack, and a promo, because that's what we were doing for everybody. And I guess, well, the female on, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, Saturday, opened her pack up and pulled a Day Zero Golden Lucky Frog. Like, you've got to be frogging kidding me.
Of course, all of us were like, what?
Yeah, we freaked out. And then she was like, oh, is that like a really good card? And we're like, that's the best card to get in the game. Like, there's no card better. And then the guy she was with was like, oh, I pulled that same one from my pack yesterday. And we're like, what?
Yeah, what? Huh?
Like, are you kidding? And they had it. They pulled 2 golden lucky frogs.
And then they bought some Harmonic Surge, and then they pulled a Vargas. I'm like, what?
They played the demos, loved the game, and so they were like, we're gonna buy 36 packs. They essentially bought a booster box, but they did 18 packs of Harmonic Surge and 18 first edition blister packs. First pack that they opened was a Harmonic Surge pack, and boom, Vargas right out of the gates. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
I'm like, dude, I want your luck.
First pack. And of course, like, they don't really know what the pull rates are, but all 4 of us at the booth were like, what? It got to the point where they pulled some crazy void rares, and I was just like, okay, I'm buying some packs. I'm giving them to you to open so you can get me some good stuff, because, like,
really,
I haven't pulled anything. I mean, I think I only pulled 1 void rare the entire time.
I pulled 2 void rares. One was a Neo Delios, which I gave to him.
Yes,
because he didn't have one. The other one I pulled from one of the giveaway packs. Zappa handed it to me, and I pulled out a Void Evangeline.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can just keep that. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, so I think it was like once per day. Towards like the end of the day, Sabo would give all of us a pack, and we would do like a 4-way pack battle. And I think it was either the Friday or Saturday, and we did the pack battle with Harmonic Surge, and he pulled that Neo Delios, and I was just like, oh my god, that's another one I haven't pulled yet.
It was like right around lunchtime or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, look what I got. I already had like 2. I think that was like my 3rd one at the time, so I was like, you can have it.
Yeah, somehow I still haven't pulled a Void Neo Delios. But I did finally pull the King Fregus Diesel, and I did that in our hotel room when I had 2 packs. I had a Harmonic Surge pack, and I had a first edition blister, and I did like a short, just opening them for my YouTube channel. Pulled King Fregus Diesel, Void Rare. I'm like, yeah, no big deal, no big deal. Just pulled my favorite Void Rare from the whole set, finally. So that was cool.
Meanwhile, there's me.
Yeah, with 4 of them from like a box.
I have a freaking play set of them. What am I going to do with 4 of them?
Trade them?
I think I gave you one.
Yeah, we traded for one, like, when we first got our cases. because I wanted one for my binder,
Yeah.
which I still have to put into my binder. Still have to do that whole binder, but um, yeah. So I mean, I pulled a couple Kazira Liko. I've pulled a couple. What have I pulled? Unlucky Frog. I don't know. I pulled about half the voids. I'm still missing the other half, but I'm one step closer with that Neo Delios, which is pretty cool.
I'm missing 3 from Harmonic Surge.
I will know a little bit more once I put my binder together. But I know for sure I'm missing the Atomic Frog, and I was kind of hoping that with the amount of packs we saw open for Harmonic Surge there,
Yeah.
really hoping somebody would have pulled
I was like,
the Atomic.
well, then again, we saw 2 golden lucky frogs, so I think all the luck kind of
Yeah,
went to
day
them,
0
and
golden lucky frogs too. So I mean, like way better. Like
And
they're
the
still
Vargas.
the top cards to pull.
yeah,
But it was crazy. I mean, that luck that couple had was just
that was insane, man.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, there
And
was
then she
some
couldn't
really
pull
cool
a voodoo
stuff.
away.
Yeah, out of the 18 blister packs that she opened, not a single voodoo, and that's the only card she really wanted because she liked the voodoo so much.
Yeah.
She's like, I just want to pull a voodoo. I want to get one. So Drake actually took
I-
one out of his deck and
I
gave
brought
it
a
to her.
demon deck and had voodoo in it, so I just took one out of the sleeves. I was like, here, you can have this one. That's fine.
And then what happened? Like 3 demos
3
later, we opened
yeah.
a pack and there was
And
a
it had
voodoo
one.
in it.
So I just
was
put
like,
it back in
here,
my
put
deck.
that back in your deck.
So it all
Not
worked
quite the
out
same,
in the
but
end.
yeah, everybody was happy. It was a win-win.
I mean, I'm sure I've got like a whole stack in my one of these boxes over here.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we have. I mean, between you and I, I'm sure we have plenty of voodoo to go around. But it was crazy that out of 18 packs, half a booster box, she had not pulled a voodoo.
Yeah,
And this is the only card she
at
wanted.
that. Yeah.
Um,
That kind of it kind of made me chuckle, off in the corner where no one could hear me.
we actually had somebody else too. I think it was 2 guys actually that kept coming back and buying more boxes and packs from us and stuff. Like they play games, they love the game because again, the game speaks for itself. Like it's so good,
Mhm.
we don't really have to sell it. Like we play the game and be like, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's fine.
Well,
Most people end up liking the game. This one guy liked it so much that he bought a booster box like right away in some decks.
yeah.
Came back like I don't know, an hour and a half later, and was like, I ripped through most of those packs and they were cool, and I want to get some more. So bought I think a Harmonic Surge box next, and some packs, and ripped through all those. I think he came back a third time. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I do remember seeing him come back, but it was
maybe
crazy.
there was a lot of people that we saw, like they would play a demo, like just them, or like they would be with a friend, and then like a couple hours later or even the next day they'd come back with like 6 more people.
Yep.
And they're like, hey, play. And we're like,
That's
okay.
that's true. That was the case a lot of time too.
Which is why we were so
Get people
busy.
come back in groups and be like, yo, so and so here told us that this game was really cool and we need to come check it out. So we all came. We're like, yeah. Sit down. You guys can play a game.
You guys can fight each other, and we'll
It
stand
was
here and watch.
wildly successful. Like that's an understatement from me too. The fact that we walked out of there with almost nothing left in our hands, which what did we walk out with? Like a case of
There was like a case of
Harmonic Surge
and a case
booster
of
boxes
blisters.
and a master case of blisters. And they purposefully said not to open those like towards the end. We had enough. If somebody wanted to come up and buy them, we would have cracked them open and all that though. But like we didn't put them out on the table or anything. And the whole reason for that is we're going to be expanding the reach here in Michigan and Ohio with some of the stuff here. So Desi and I are tasked with the mission of expanding to some of our other game stores around in the surrounding areas, which I think there's a couple of them that are ready to hear about some Harmonic Surge. So we're gonna take these to stores, kind of get them into it, and go from there. So we're not done. The game is still growing. But yeah, outside of those 2 boxes, there was nothing left. Not a single thing. It was crazy. I was really surprised that on day 1 we sold out of all the backpacks, the Lucky Frog backpacks, but one. And one that was the one that Zaba put on and was wearing in the front of him to like advertise.
No, there was 2. We had one in a bag, but yeah, he was walking around with one to advertise him.
I think that bag still sold on the at the end of the last day or on the first day. But
No, it was there for the next day.
they were gone like so on the second day when it started back up again. He was just like, "There's no reason to not sell this last bag." So I think we put like a couple starter decks in it, and we were kind of just like sitting it up there. And we're like, we're not going to really try to sell it, but if somebody comes up with some kids or something, we'll try to give it to them then and tell them there's freebies and stuff. We didn't even have the chance because it was like 3 minutes after Zaba loaded that backpack up with some goodies and set it up there. Somebody came up and was like, "I want it, buying it for his kids," and we're like, "Sold." That couldn't have worked out any better than it did.
Yeah. Well, then he opened it to put the stuff he had in there, and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
there's stuff in here."
and you know what? He ended up buying.
You can have it.
It was cool because he ended up buying 2 starter decks and I think some blister packs. And then he was just like, "I'm gonna put them in the bag." Then that I bought him, like, "Yeah, there's goodies in there, by the way." He's like, "Oh, cool." And so he opened up the bag, and I think there was 2 decks and 2 packages of sleeves and maybe some packs. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Oh my god, there's so much stuff in here." We're like, "Yeah, dude, enjoy.
Yeah.
Got those kids, man. Take care of them."
It's the last one, so we had to get rid of it in style.
Yeah, so it was really cool. Um, I mean, like just seeing the look on his face and seeing how awesome it was for them to like get that bag and get all the stuff. It was just cool that like everybody who got the freebie Voodolls and ended up buying the backpacks and stuff like that, like they were just so happy with them afterwards.
Yeah.
It was kind of sad because I told Zaba too, I'm like, "Look, if there's any backpacks by the end of this convention, I'm buying one because I want one for myself since my son's, I say stole mine.
Commandeered.
I did tell him and the wife that I was buying it for him under the guise that way my wife would let me buy it. And I thought I would just get it right back. Like he wouldn't take it and do anything with it and I'd get it right back. And boy, was I wrong. I have not been allowed to touch that backpack since. So I told Zaba, I'm like, I'm just, if anything else, you'll sell out of another backpack by the end of it because I'll buy one if there's some at the end. And I really thought there was going to be some at the end. I'm not even going to lie. There was a lot of backpacks and there was a lot of Voodolls and they were gone, baby.
There was a lot of Voodolls, but there wasn't that many backpacks though.
Yeah, there's like 15 to 20 backpacks.
Yeah, but there was like 50 Voodolls.
That's true. There was seriously like 50 Voodolls, but the backpacks were the most expensive thing we had. Well, besides the booster box. So that's why I didn't think that they would. I didn't think they would sell out in like the first day. I mean, I thought they were going to sell throughout the whole convention, but I didn't think like day 1 we weren't going to have any backpacks left, and that totally took me by surprise. So
he should make Golden Lucky Frog backpacks.
Dude, honestly, so on the Cardboard Addicts podcast, we talked about this a little bit with Pokemon. We said, what if Pokemon did their plushies, but then 1 out of 8,000 plushies was the shiny variant? Right? So it kind of gives you like the chase, and some people are going to get lucky with getting the shiny. Now I know some people really want shinies and they would go all out and then get, a little hurt by it when they don't get them. But I'm like, what if Zaba did that? Like 1 out of 77 backpacks was a golden lucky backpack. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, but Also, if you order a regular one and you're expecting it to be blue and it comes in yellow, they're gonna be like, what is this? Like, if
Yeah,
it's someone that doesn't know,
I
they'll
wouldn't be
think they
mad.
got it wrong.
Yeah, but I don't think people are going to the website and buying the backpacks without knowing what they are. Like I don't think people are stumbling onto nostalgixtcg.com and going, "What is this site? Oh my god, they got a frog backpack. I'm going to buy it." Most people that are going there, I would argue upwards of 95% of the people that are going on there and buying backpacks are looking for the backpacks for a reason, like purposefully. So I think anybody getting a golden Lucky Frog backpack would be like, you know, because that's what I would do. I'd be like, oh,
Hallelujah.
I think that would be cool. But I mean, the Lucky Frog backpack in itself is pretty sweet, and I kind of want to get one. So like when you and I
He could
start
also
going,
do a golden Kabu plushie.
yeah, I kind of wish I want a turnip plushie. Like I want the actual turnip, the Kabu in the machine. I want that as a plushie. I don't know how you would do it as a plushie because he's in a bubble thing, but
Well, I was thinking if he
I
ever
don't get
made
paid the
like
big bucks, so
statues or figures, that'd be a good one. Turn up.
yes. So would Valkyrian. You know what he could do though, seriously, is make like chibi versions of them in like little keychain plushies, and I think those would sell out.
Yeah,
I
I would
truly
buy
think those would
one.
sell out.
I put it on my book bag to go with my meep.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have on my bag that I take pretty much everywhere. I have a little Squirtle that I
Yeah, I
have
saw
going.
that.
So I would do that in a heartbeat. I would get a bunch of them. Come on, but
Especially if there was different kinds, like different keychains.
I mean, if there was different ones, like if he did a run of 5 of them or something just to try it, I'd buy all 5 for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Um, but yeah, I think when we start going to these game stores to start like showing them in person what the game is all about and all that, I'm gonna probably put everything in my son's Lucky Frog backpack and carry that with me. Like, though that will be the day I'm gonna like, listen, you will get it back at the end of the day, but it's mine until then. I'm leaving with it.
I'm
Because
borrowing this. Bye.
who's gonna say no to the Lucky Frog backpack? Nobody.
Somebody might.
Especially if you tell them, like you tell LGS is like, you could get a bunch of these in yourself and then sell them in through your store. Why not?
Yeah,
Playmats and things like
you
that.
wanna go in and see how many people are like, "Hey, I like your book bag" or whatever. And then you're like,
Yeah, well, I
"Hey."
mean, it definitely draws attention and it gets people talking about it. So it's a huge strategy that I think I think it's going to pay off for us. But I don't know. I don't know that there's much else left to talk about Gen Con outside of it was stupid how successful we were. Like none of
It
us
was crazy.
really anticipated the level of business that we were going to get. And don't get me wrong, we all love and believe in the game wholeheartedly. We wouldn't be there if we didn't. Um, I was honestly like just shocked by this sheer volume of success, especially considering there was only like 5 TCGs there at the entire convention.
Yeah,
There
there
was
wasn't a
us,
lot.
there was Mythic, there was Primal. Um, I think Grand Archive was there somewhere, although I never found them. We saw their
Yeah,
booth when we were leaving one day, but we never got around to that going to their booth when we were
yeah.
going
I
on.
like I saw like a sign for it, but I never did actually find it.
There was Battle Spirit Saga or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think they had that much success, if I'm being completely honest, because they were a little bit down the hall from us, but they didn't have much going on. There was like, I don't know, a table for gameplay, it looked like, and then they had booster boxes for like $140, and then they had decks for like $20. And when we
yeah.
walked by towards the end on Sunday, which was the final day, it didn't look like anything was touched. So I don't know if they sold anything or not, but I don't really know much about that TCG to begin with. I'm sure Grand Archive had some people going up to the booth or whatever, but like as far as the smaller TCGs and the indie ones, like Nostalgix had all the attention more than anybody else. So it was a good time. It was successful. I do want to kind of switch gears here for a minute. We're gonna break away from Gen Con to talk about um somebody did a thing where they went into the Nostalgix merch arena and wanted to, I guess, see how much first edition boxes were left, because there was a print run of 25,000. It was either 20,000 or 25,000. I'm pretty sure it's 25,000. Um, they wanted to see how many of the boxes were left. And as you guys can see on the screen here, they took a screen capture of it from their phone and posted it. They tried putting a quantity of 5,000 booster boxes in their cart just to see if it would take it. And it showed that down here, all, oh, you know what? I can make it bigger. Boom, look at that. All 2,312 Nostalgix TCG base set first edition booster box are in your cart, which means that there's only 2,312 booster boxes of first edition left. That is nuts. That means majority of the first edition base set sold out or sold through. That's crazy. I mean, you figure between LGSs and people like us buying, just tons of boxes of it, and Kickstarter and stuff like that, you figure there's probably at least half the boxes that would have been gone. But I honestly did not expect most of the boxes to be sold through, like, at all. It's kind of crazy to me that there's only 2,300 boxes left. And that's just through them. I mean, there's people, like I said, there's card shops that have some. There's people who are selling them on secondary market, that type of thing. But it's just crazy to see that, like, officially through Nostalgix, there's only 2,300 boxes left. That's actually really big news, because it's almost gone. Like, it's almost all been sold.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
So if you still need cards from first edition,
Get them while you can, because apparently they're running low.
They because once they're out, they're out. The only way to get them is through third party, systems, or know people that are willing to trade.
Yeah, pretty much secondary market is going to be like your only option. Or, like I said, card shops that still have it. But I know, like, our LGS, they'll order boxes as they get low on their other box.
Yeah.
Granted, there's only a handful of us that are playing every Thursday anyway, right now. So there are people that are buying packs from the box. Like, we're getting more people into the game. But I know that they don't have just like a stock of cases that they could just go pull another one from or whatever. They're kind of doing theirs more on demand, where they'll place an order through Nostalgix as they need more. So, like, once these are gone, they're not going to be able to get any more first edition base set either, which is kind of sad. But I mean, like, I'm happy. That kind of makes me happy that it's going. Your Nostalgix boxes are getting a little bit more valuable if you're interested in the investor bro side of things. But rip them open, see what's in them, play with the cards. That's what they're made for. So, let me see. There we go. I don't really have any other big news topics to talk about, although if you guys ordered playmats from the merch arena for the Harmonic Surge playmats, they are shipping out and they're finally here. So, like this, I got the Gamatron Waifu playmat. So, one, you will be very happy. I've got a few playmats. I ordered 3. I'm about to go get the Kazira Legal playmat, though, because honestly, he enticed us with it by saying there was an error in that if you placed an order for Kazira, you ended up getting the Gamatron Waifu, and they were sending you a replacement one. Yeah, King Fregus. I got that one too. It's such a good playmat.
And then I also got the Afrith.
Yep, same. I got that one as well. But there was an error on the first day that these went live that if you placed an order for Kazira, there was like a coding error, and it actually placed an order for Gamatron waifu. So some people who ordered Kazira got Gamatron waifu as well, because he ended up sending everybody who placed that order the actual Kazira one as well. So you got 2 for 1. That's not a thing anymore. He definitely corrected that. So don't try it.
He corrected that immediately.
I mean, you could try it. You're just going to be getting Kazira Liko playmats. But just want to show you guys that we did get playmats going. And they are shipping out. And they're just as good as quality as the first set was. So go grab them while you can. I don't know if any of them are sold out. I haven't looked yet. But I'm going to find out after this podcast episode. Because I'm probably going to buy Kazira. But I don't think I have anything else. So I don't think there was anything new either. I don't think there was anything new. So yeah, we're gonna move on to card pick of the week. Unless you have something else you want to talk about, Desi.
Nope, that's it.
All right. We're going to go through card pick of the week. We didn't really have one from last week, obviously, because of the live stream that took place. So there was no like hints at a future card. And I'll be honest, I don't really have one for next week now either. But I do have a really cool card that we're going to show for this week. I don't think anybody's going to guess what it is. I don't even think Desi knows what it is.
Well, give me some hints.
It's a hero card.
Okay.
It may be a future secret card as well. If that helps you at all.
So it's not in any of the sets. Okay.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I'm just saying it could be a variant coming forward in the future that's not the same.
I don't know.
All right, so make your picks down below if you have any picks. What you think it may be, because this will shock most people when I reveal the card.
It's Demon Queen or Demon Princess Marcy.
It's not. What it is, though, is Paladin Knight Decimus.
Hey, it's
the
me.
Elite Hero. So I'm taking this as an actual card because he does have the real card border on here. But this was something we had at Gen Con too, the Become an Elite Hero card thing. I don't know what's actually card picture frame. I guess that's kind of what it is. But this is Desi wearing his... Look at those eyes stare right in your soul.
Good. The Void Knight.
I love it. The Void Knight Decimus. Those are the eyes. Those are the last eyes you will ever see before.
Those eyes have seen some things.
But he became an elite hero that visited the booth at a convention and is hereby known to be an elite hero. So there you go. There's your card pick of the week. Oh, goodness. All right. I had fun with that one. That was my actual card pick, though, so... All right. Was it a good one?
Well, yeah.
Let us know in the comments below if you want to see Paladin Knight or the Void Knight, as I think Desi liked to call himself earlier, of Decimus in Nostalgix at some point. You know, you could still like pay to have your own custom hero card made, right?
Yeah, but commissions are expensive.
Yeah, but you have a kidney you can sell.
Why would I get rid of it? It works fine.
You can donate blood and plasma for a little while. Get enough. But, you know, I'm not sitting here trying to tell you, you know, how to make money or anything like that.
I mean,
but
you kind
could
of
do
are.
that. Do you have a pack for pack of the week?
I do.
All right. Ooh, he's got a blister pack. Is he gonna pull any kind of signature?
Let's see, we got a wrong pack art.
It's not wrong. It's right.
So right. Okay. 3. Here we go. We've got. Let's see if I can get this closer.
Jumbo Card Dragon.
My camera doesn't want to focus, so.
Tower Fall.
Oh, 2 good cards right off the bat.
Valhalla. There's another one.
Demo. Hey, baby card. It's going to be Booster Box Dragon now. Just to complete the whole line.
Tunnel of Vines. Fast Forward. And a Croak. You croaked on that.
The pack croaked.
Oh, well. That's unfortunate. All right. Let's see a real pack get opened. I'm going to do a blister pack as well because I haven't pulled a signature and I need it.
I also haven't.
I need it. I need it. That was one of the things I was really hoping to see pulled at the convention too. We had a lot of people get the blister packs and then open them up. And I really wanted to see a signature, but we did not see any. All right. Let's see what we got. We got Calamar. Maximum Armor. Massive Effect. Stumpkin. Rask. Game Show. Complete Yeet. Regeneration.
Ooh.
Alternate Timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And the Say. And we both struck out on that. Although, you know what? All these cards are great. They're all winners. They're all winners. It's not a signature winner, but it's good.
I opened up some blisters earlier and I got an Evangelion, so that was nice.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, speaking of, let me get my void one.
Sure.
Look at this. It's so nice.
So nice and shiny. It's unlike your mythic pulls.
Hey, man. True, but hey.
This man got so many promo packs from Mythic for their set that's in Kickstarter right now.
Dude, I made Max feel bad.
He kept saying, Max was saying, they're like roughly 1 in 3 promo packs. You'll get a foil card. And Jesse got like 8 packs and did not pull a single holo. But you know who did in 3 packs? I pulled 2 holos.
Yeah, he stole mine, man.
Oh, you picked your packs.
Wrong.
I picked my packs, so
No, I had them pick the packs for me.
I didn't steal nothing from you. I created my own luck. It was hilarious. So even at the very, very end, Max was kind enough to give us two promo packs each. I didn't open mine. I will be doing mine for shorts. So if that's something you want to see, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. But Desi, we gave him 3 just because we felt bad and we wanted him to get one of those holos. He opened all 3 and struck out all 3 times. I'm gonna laugh when I open both of those packs up and they both have holos in them.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this week's episode of The Void. I hope you guys all had a great time. We had so much fun at Gen Con. It was so much fun meeting all of you guys who were there, came up to the booth. Nostalgix is alive and well, baby. It is bumping. It was busy. And there's nothing but bigger and better things for us here on up. So Nostalgix is going places. Jump on the train while you can. because once it gets going too fast, there won't be time to jump back on. I mean, we always accept new people in, but you know what I mean.
Anyways.
And that's all we have, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining in and tuning in. If you're on the YouTube side, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, give us a comment down below what you thought about Gen Con or something you want to see from a future convention for Nostalgix to come to. If you're on the audio side, there's going to be a question linked to the episode itself. Make sure you go answer that and then drop us a review on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, all those things. Drop us some comments and some reviews, and we greatly appreciate it. But thank you guys all for joining and listening, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.